Hello, everybody. It's Wraith, else Mitch with Dismantling the Box. Just want to talk to y'all about something real quick. I was going through the comments on YouTube Studio and I saw in one of my older videos somebody had brought up that he studied Hitler. And he did make up a lot of good points. But here's the funny part. All of his points are going and defending what Antifa is doing today and claiming that the right is completely Nazi-oriented right now, basically. He starts off with talking about how Hitler came to power because the government attacked and burned down its own Republican parliament. That Hitler's men were out there destroying Jewish businesses and attacking Jews on the street. Now, when I say that the new left has become that basically SS socialist type mentality, there's my proof for it right there. Your arguments right there just proved me right. What do you see happening right now in America? Buildings being burnt down, lives being ruined, people being attacked for no reason that don't attack anyone else based off of who they support in elections. You can't tell me that's not the same way that Hitler gained power. Oh, they burnt down a building and they blamed it on Hitler and it was a false flag. What are they doing to America right now? Burning it down, blaming it on Trump. False flags. You're trying to say that Trump is Hitler. I get what you were going for there. If you paid attention to the rest of my videos, you dumb cocksucker, you would have figured out that I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't like the man. I do not think he's presidential material. But compared to who we have now, as his running, who he's running against, Biden, you think Biden is going to be any better? Biden has openly said he'll continue to allow the riots to happen because he doesn't fucking care. The left has made this a racial movement. The left is burning down people's businesses, killing innocent people, and attacking anyone that doesn't believe the way they believe. And you're going to tell me that's not the same tactics that Hitler's forces used to get into office? It's the exact same fucking tactics. You can't blame this shit on Trump at this point. End of fucking story. It's not his fault. This shit happened under Obama. This shit has happened, it's been starting since around Clinton and Bush. But it really heated up under Obama. Okay? You don't fucking pay attention to the news. You didn't pay attention to Ferguson and Charlottesville and all these other places. And yes, there were people on the right that made things worse at that point. But the left was the one going out and attacking everybody they could, whether they had any proof whether or not that person was white supremacist or not. Y'all aren't going to use these arguments and can convince me that anyone who supports Trump right now is supporting some sort of Nazi culture, okay? Because that's not how the fuck that works. I haven't had Trump supporters threaten me for not wanting to vote for Trump. I don't have friends calling me and my family racist things because we don't support Trump. But I do have that shit happening because we don't support Biden and we don't support the BLM. People are being attacked for not supporting these groups. The same thing that happened to the people that didn't support the Nazis. What the left has done has turned anyone that is not voting for the left into the Jews of the Holocaust. That is what they are attempting to do. When your vice president calls for more radicalization, or, well, the vice presidential nominee on the left calls for violent insurrections and praises the riots that have ruined lives, you can't sit there and tell me that Trump's the one that's acting like Hitler, motherfucker. So, whenever you wake up from being brainwashed, and you said, well, y'all are just all doing this because you want to support corporate America. No, I don't. I happen to believe that the way America is run is very flawed. I happen to think our system is very flawed. I happen to think that corporations have way too much power, and I've said it in many videos, which you obviously didn't fucking watch, that I believe that politicians need not be in the pockets of these corporations. These corporations should not be able to determine who wins our elections. These corporations are the reason we're stuck with the two-party system that is failing us. So, again, dude, I'm not calling you out by name because I don't really give a fuck. I'm not one of those leftist assholes that'll get you banned and canceled because you're talking ignorant shit. What I'm saying, I'm not saying that this is exactly how Hitler took power either. It's not the exact same situation, no. But it's very fucking similar. The tactics being used are the very same. And they're not being used by people on the right that are voting for Trump, motherfucker. I have yet to see a single report of a Trump supporter going out and burning down a business of a BLM owner or supporter because they don't like the BLM. But I have seen hundreds, if not thousands of stories at this point about some business owner that had nothing to do with anything, didn't speak about their politics. They lost everything, now they're voting for Trump. Trump didn't incite these people to go out there and do this shit. Trump's the only one telling people don't do it. I'll fucking send the feds in and have you all charged with terrorism. Meanwhile, the Democrats, the left, are fucking sitting there saying, no one's going to be arrested for this. It needs to happen. White America needs to be destroyed. Every white person's a criminal and a racist. That's what we're hearing on the fucking news. Every day, motherfuckers. Every day. So you think people like me, that we don't have a racist bone in our body? We don't give a fuck what you are? You think we're happy that we're going to start where we're being hated on and attacked because we don't support a fucking movement? You don't think we're getting tired of that shit? And you wonder why normal people are making YouTube videos about this kind of shit. I'm not on the right, motherfucker. I'm not on the left. I'm in between because I believe that drugs should be legalized. I believe that the prison system should be abolished, to be honest. Unless you're a rapist or a murderer, and then technically you should just be executed in the public square. We don't need prisons. I mean, I'm for gay marriage. I'm for gay rights. I'm for women being able to do whatever the fuck they want. I'm for anybody that considers themselves a minority to do whatever the fuck they want as long as it's not violent and does not encroach on someone else's wealth and happiness. That comment, it didn't really make me mad, but it frustrates me so much because that shows to me that anybody that's on the left is still going to find a way to somehow say, oh, all this Antifa shit that's happening right now is them doing what they did to the Nazis back in the day. They're fighting Trump's brown shirts. I have yet to see a single Trump supporter out there burning down their entire fucking city. And you're not going to sit there and say, well, look at all the cops that killed people. They're Trump supporter. Not every cop's a Trump supporter. You can't be this fucking ignorant, people. You just can't. If you are, then please go suck on some more Tide Pods. Because that's what you fucking need to do instead of trying to be out here speaking like you understand how the political realm works. I'm not saying I'm an expert. There's plenty of things I get wrong. Although lately, over the past few years, ask anybody that's watched my videos from my old channel to this one, I've been on the right fucking track. I've been calling it step by step. Why? Because I've seen this shit go down in history. Just because the faces and names have changed don't mean that the tactics aren't the same, motherfuckers. So again, you can't use that argument that this is all Trump's doing and that this is some weird false flag from Trump, because I'm telling you right now, that makes little to no fucking sense. Granted, everything the left's doing is pumping Trump up like a motherfucker. He's got the best polls in the country. And if it turns out that this motherfucker really is Hitler, then I guess we'll all be eating our words one day soon, right? But for right now, we don't see it that way. Nobody sees it that way except for the deranged radical lunatics on the fucking left. I do not like to deal with ignorant shit like this. I really don't, because what this proves to me is that no matter what evidence you see, somehow in your brain you're going to twist it all around to where Trump is the bad guy and the left and Biden are perfect picks for all this shit. And I'm telling you right now, number one, Biden is a horrible fucking pick. This is one of the most racist motherfuckers I've ever seen grace a news fucking conference. He's the most racist piece of shit I've ever seen step in front of a camera. In fact, I just shared a video yesterday on my Facebook where this motherfucker is in a room, college, something like that. Young black girl stands up and asks him a question and says, me being a person of color, what advice would you give to me when I get pulled over by the cops? What did he answer? Well, if you were my daughter, you'd be Caucasian, so you wouldn't get pulled over. Okay, let me explain something to you motherfuckers right now. That, number one, is racist as shit. Very demeaning to that black girl that was standing there. Basically just throwing her question right out the window because she's black. Second thing about that. This is who y'all are claiming is running against the Nazi. That, which is just as bad as Hitler saying, well, if you were Jewish, well, you know, it's just, if you were my daughter, you wouldn't be Jewish, so you wouldn't end up in the camps. Do you understand how ignorant that fucking comes off to most people with a single brain cell that functions and fires like it's supposed to? Stop saying Trump is a fucking Nazi, people, because he's not. I don't like the man, okay? I've said it 1,000 times. I will continue to say it. The only reason I feel like I'm going to have to vote for him this year is because he's the only candidate talking about law and order and protecting constitutional freedoms. It's one reason I hadn't downloaded YouTube Studio before now, because these stupid ass comments just get me going off on a tangent about dumb shit that I shouldn't even have to re-explain, because if you managed to watch any of our other videos, you would have seen that I'm not on the right. I don't support Trump. I don't support Biden. I didn't support Obama. I don't support any of this bullshit. And here's the fucked up part about it all. It shows me that the left is willing to take history and manipulate it in any possible way they can and turn around and try and say that the BLM is actually a movement of Trump's. That's basically what your whole argument boiled down to, because you listed everything that the Nazis did to take power, and those exact same things are everything you see the BLM doing right now, and yet you still say that Trump and the right are the Nazis. Your level of fucking just... I can't even explain the words I want to use to describe the level of ignorance that you're portraying there. When Trump sends people out on the streets demanding that they burn down black businesses, demanding that they kill innocent people on the streets, demanding that they go to random black people's homes and destroy shit, which is what I've seen the BLM call for, then I'll call Trump Hitler. Then I'll call him a Nazi. Then I'll call him what he is. But until he does that shit and shows us that he's a Nazi, I'm sorry, I'm going to stick with my guns saying that I believe that Black Lives Matter has become the new Nazi party. I'm going to continue to believe that the anti-fascist party has become entirely fascistic. You motherfuckers think just because it's the same name of a group that helped fight the Nazis back in the day that it's still the same thing now, and it's not. Okay? It's fucking not. The Antifa we're seeing today, if they were really worried about Nazis, they'd be down in Venice Beach, California right now. They'd be in the prison systems getting rid of the AB in the AN. They'd be protesting the MSN 88. They'd be protesting the Klan every day. They'd be doxing Klan members. They'd be doxing well-known neo-Nazis. They'd be going into the prison systems and assassinating the skinheads in there. Do you see any of them doing that? No. Not at all. Because they don't care about Nazis. They don't care about fascism. They don't care about any of that shit. That's not what they're fighting against. Get that through your thick-ass heads. They're fighting against America. They're fighting against a system where they have to work to earn things. They think that if communism comes in, everybody gets everything equally and then none of us have to struggle anymore. Meanwhile, when you go and look at an actual communist fucking country, they have no freedom, the people have nothing, and the fat motherfuckers are the only ones with power because they're the politicians. They're the rich motherfuckers, and they have all the food, they have all the luxuries, and the people have jack shit. They eat dirt and sand and shit every day. Is that what you want to see America become just because you don't want to go out and make a hard day's living and earn your right to be a productive citizen in this country? I'm serious. This shit is ridiculous. It's fucking obscene. You can't use an argument that basically everything you listed, and Brandon can go double check the comment that you put on that video. And we can look through the list of shit that you listed that is how the Nazi party got Hitler into power, and then you can turn around and look at the exact same actions of the BLM right now and see that they're the same fucking things. The same things you just tried to argue that the right are doing, and it's not Antifa and the BLM. They're doing exactly what you described. Motherfucker. Just motherfucker. I don't understand how we've gotten this goddamn blind and stupid, to be honest with you. And I'm tired of people trying to tell me, oh, you support the fucking government. No, I don't, motherfuckers. I've been saying for a long time that the American system is fucked off. And that we need to fix this shit because we don't have a real democracy. We do not have a country that takes care of its people. Been saying that, motherfuckers. Do I want to see this become a communist nation? Hell no. Do I want it to stay a democracy? Fuck yes. Do I want to see it stay ultra-capitalist? Not necessarily. I do believe that we should have to work to earn everything we get in life. Because before we had big cities, back when we were just a little nothing retard fucking evolution, didn't have any technology, didn't have shit, everybody had to work to make sure that community survived. What's wrong with that? Nah, everybody has technology now. Everybody's getting lazy as fuck. Everyone feels like they should be handed something without having to put out the minimalist amount of effort to get to the point that they want to be at. You want to win the race without even fucking running. That's what it is. We've got a generation of people that had no chores, didn't have to follow rules, and were handed every fucking thing they wanted. Every fucking thing they wanted. They got it handed to them. You don't have to play sports anymore to win the trophy. Just showing up on the field gets you a fucking trophy. That's what we're dealing with. And people like me that have been working our entire lives and still haven't got shit to show for it. We're the ones who are tired of this shit. We're the ones that are tired of hearing about all this. We're the ones that are tired of seeing all of this. We are the ones that are sick of your shit. Because all we want to do is work and provide for our families. And we've got assholes threatening our peace, threatening our lives, threatening the way of life that we've all lived that has worked for so long now. It's frustrating. It really fucking is. It really is. Because the thing is like, I don't see how we can continue to defend what's happening in this country right now. And the blame is all on one person that hasn't even been in power for 3 fucking years. He hasn't been there the full term yet, motherfuckers. He still has a couple more days. Technically, until this election happens on November 4th, he hasn't served his full term yet. And y'all were saying he's the one who ruined this entire country when I saw 8 years of Obama. In which I voted for him the first time around because he talked all that good shit. And then I find out he was just manipulating the system even more. Taking away more freedoms from us. 8 fucking years of that I dealt with. 8 years I dealt with turning on my TV every day to hear CNN say that white people are fucking Nazis and we're all racist and we deserve to die. That's what I dealt with for 8 fucking years. You bitch-ass sons of motherfucks. But y'all want to sit there and say we're all the Nazis because we're finally speaking up and we're telling y'all what y'all are doing is exactly the same thing that Hitler did to take power. If anybody's Hitler in this situation, it's fucking Joe Biden and that asshole VP he's got running with him, Kamala Harris. Because let me tell you something right now. Neither one of them give a fuck about black, Mexican, Chinese, Asian, anything. They do not give a fuck about any of y'all's lives. They care about their rich-ass motherfucking white homies, yeah. They care about the rich black people, yeah. The motherfuckers that are going to give them money? Motherfuckers they're gonna keep feeding them pockets? Oh yeah, they love them. But if you're a normal citizen, hell nah. And if you're not a white citizen, go look at Joe Biden's speeches, motherfucker. He despises you. Again, like I said, I'm not trying to really put you down, dude, because whoever commented on that, I don't know who you are, but I will say, this ain't the first time I've seen this argument come into my face, and then I have to shut it the fuck down. Because I'm not going to allow people to argue with me and deny the facts that are right in front of their fucking faces at the same time. At this point, I can name maybe four Trump supporters that have attacked anybody at this point. Throughout the whole 100+ days of riots now, maybe 4 Trump supporters that have actually gone out and hurt someone else, and usually it was not an intentional thing. They were defending themselves, and they had to hurt somebody. I can literally not name on one hand, 2 hands, my fucking feet, every hair on my head probably can't come to the amount of Black Lives Matter supporters and people on the left who have attacked innocent people at this fucking point. Simple. Motherfucking simple. That is facts. Go look up the statistics, bitch. Trump supporters aren't out there murdering innocent people right now. BLM is. What about that one guy? Shot that 4-year-old fucking little boy in the head. Just because the little kid was white. You tell me that's not a Nazi tactic? Isn't that what the Nazis did to the Jews? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, motherfuckers. Go and look at the overall picture before you come at me talking shit because you think you know history, because obviously you don't. And if you do know history, you're not applying history to what's happening right now. You're not putting those same tactics and looking objectively at what's happening right now. Because if it was the Proud Boys doing the same thing right now, I would call them the fuck out. If these protests had been peaceful and the cops had started murdering people, I would have called them out and said Trump is a Nazi because he's sending his police in to kill innocent motherfuckers that are doing nothing but saying, your government can't do this. But that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening at all. In fact, most of the times when I see Trump supporters get out there, they stand in a group peacefully. Most of the time they're the ones they even follow social distancing laws. They even wear masks the whole fucking time. Some of them, not all of them. There are a lot of Trump supporters that refuse to wear masks. Whatever. But you don't see them out there destroying their city in the name of Trump. That's all I'm saying. I don't like hearing this argument that Trump is the one causing all of this shit and he's a neo-Nazi fucking fascist dictator that's going to take over America, because the truth is, he's not the one using fascist tactics. He is not the one out there burning down cities and making regular people afraid to walk outside of their homes with their kids because of their skin color. That's not Trump doing that. That's not Trump, motherfucker. I really wish we had another candidate. I really wish that Jo Jorgensen was hyped up a little bit more and I knew at least 80% of the people I knew were going to vote for her, because I would follow along that same track and I wouldn't even put Trump's name in on my ballot this year. But nobody cares about that third party. The only thing people are focused on is Trump or Biden. Who's better? Which one's the best out of both of them? And I'm sorry to say it, but if you actually get off your high horse for 5 seconds and go pay attention to what Biden has said every time he gets in front of a camera, that man is truly fucking racist. That man does not give a fuck about anyone's life other than his own, and I really don't know if he cares about his own at this point, because I don't know if he recognizes himself when he looks in the mirror. I wish I didn't have to vote for Trump this year. I really fucking do. But unfortunately, that's the only option we've got right now that makes any fucking sense, and that's not going to be a complete waste of your fucking vote. Because you can go put Jo Jorgensen's name down, but if not, if enough people didn't fucking know who she was because the media refused to put her on a platform, well, then she doesn't get voted for, and you wasted your vote, and your vote could have been the one that kept the true Nazis from gaining power. Just saying. Again, I like the fact that you came on there and you said your piece. Now I'm going to pick apart your piece with my personal opinion, because this is my opinion, just like what you said was your opinion. You believe that Trump is using the same tactic as the Nazis. I guess that means you're saying that Trump's the one who sent the BLM out there to destroy their cities, because the tactics you described are the tactics that the BLM is using, not Trump. And I really wish that I could sympathize with you and say, oh yeah, that's Trump's fault. Because technically Black Lives Matter has done nothing but help Trump in this election. But it's not Trump that's out there supporting these guys. He has not endorsed them once. He hasn't even endorsed the Proud Boys at this point. But he is. But you know who is endorsing all this violence and all this division? Biden and Kamala Harris. Biden and Kamala Harris. They're supporting this shit. They're funding it. So who's the Nazi? Who's the real Nazi? Who's the one out there hurting people? Who's the one calling for more violence? Who are the ones... Oh, yeah, I forgot. Back in the day, do y'all remember when Hillary Clinton was talking about putting people in re-education camps? Sounds a lot like the Nazi Party, doesn't it? Re-education camps. That was Obama and Hillary and their whole little crew. Democrats. The left. Not Trump. Trump never said re-education camps. Cutlery did. And she was backed by Obama when she said it. Don't come off that ignorant to me, please. Just don't do that. Because it makes me even more frustrated, because I realize that there are just some people that even if you've studied history, right now the media's got you so fucking brainwashed that you truly believe that America is a devilish empire that deserves to be destroyed, and that everything should be given to everybody for free without any kind of hard work. I mean, that's basically the only thing I'm getting out of your argument. Now, if you meant to say something a little more enlightening, my bad, I didn't see what you were trying to get there. All I saw was that you're trying to say that Trump is the only Nazi and that the left isn't using Nazi tactics right now to burn down the entire country. And on that point, factually, you're wrong. Just off of the list of things that you put there yourself, the things that you typed with your own fingers, meaning your brain processed those words as they went through your fingertips, you admitted that the left is the Nazis and that Trump is not a Nazi, because Trump has not burned down cities, Trump has not attacked people, Trump has not called for the death of people, BLM has called for the death of whites, BLM has destroyed businesses, BLM has attacked innocent people, BLM is trying to destroy people's homes now, BLM has put people's names and numbers out there for the public with their addresses so that they can go be attacked at their homes. BLM has attacked the law enforcement. BLM is attacking everything. The people who support the BLM are trying to disrupt the entire government and take America and turn it into a communist nation. It's not Trump. I don't care how your delusional brain tries to put this puzzle together, it's not fucking Trump doing that shit, and I don't know how you convinced yourself that it is. Again, I really wish I didn't have to vote for that motherfucker, but your comment right there showed me that I have no choice but to vote for him, because people who aren't paying attention honestly believe that it's Trump's fault that all this shit's happening right now, even though this started back in 2008. This started way back in the day. This didn't start under Trump. Trump wasn't the one president at the time when CNN started coming out with news reports about how all white people are racist and need to be re-educated. Trump wasn't the one doing all this shit. That was Obama. That was our great fascist in chief back then. And Obama infringed on a lot of our fucking constitutional rights. A lot of them. So did Bush, so did Clinton. We've had a problem with our presidents fucking with our Constitution for quite a long time now. Granted, Trump hasn't had enough time in office yet to fuck with our Constitution, but I have not seen him fuck around with anything the way the others have. And that includes Bush. That includes a Republican that was a piece of shit, that put us in a war that we didn't need to be in. This video is going on a lot longer than I wanted it to, but I have to break this shit down for y'all. I can't break it down in 15 minutes and explain to you exactly how your argument is flawed. I just can't do that in 15 minutes. It takes me at least 30 minutes to break this down because of what you said. The words you put on the screen as you typed them, if you have been watching videos on YouTube or CNN or Fox or MSNBC or even going to Reddit, if you had gone to any of those places while you were typing those little words out, I think you might have stopped for a second before you finished your statement with, this is exactly what Trump. And the right, this is the right. This is what the right's doing. You would have realized that you're completely fucking asinine and wrong. You're completely wrong. There is nobody on the right out there trying to destroy everyone's lives right now. There's no one on the right trying to get people fired and make sure that they can't feed their families at night because somebody said something they didn't like. That's all the left. Again, I'm done. End of this video. Like it, don't like it, share it, don't share it. Fuck if I care at this point. But like I told y'all from the get-go, I do occasionally pay attention to the comments, and when I see something that I find to be ignorant, I'm going to break it the fuck down, just like I do with the media. If the media puts something stupid out there, I'm gonna break it the fuck down. If a person puts something stupid out there, I will break it the fuck down. Again, I'm not saying your comment was bad. I'm not saying you're a complete moron. I'm just saying, stop letting the mainstream and your little circle jerk of revolving comments on your Facebook page dictate exactly how you're going to believe about this whole situation. You want to know why I believe the way I do? Because I haven't been paying attention to the mainstream other than to catch the original news story and then figure out where the fuck they're lying about everything. I don't pay attention to everyone on Facebook because most of the people on Facebook don't do research themselves. I like to learn things. I enjoy putting pieces of puzzles together, people. That's what I do. I work on puzzles. You can't take a puzzle from a piece from a swastika flag right now and put that in a piece with the American flag puzzle because you feel that America's entirely Nazi Germany right now. Because that piece will never fit in that American flag puzzle. No matter how much you try to shove it in there to prove that you're right, it won't work. Because most Americans are not neo-Nazis. Most Americans don't